this isn't the end of humanity. I hope this video finds you well, folks. Thanks for watching. This is a vinyl-only collection update. I'm down in the crypt here, fucking around, trying to clean up, put stuff on the shelves. Can't really get anywhere without shooting a video. That makes sense, right? Been getting a lot of stuff in, but this video will catch me up on all the vinyl so that we can shoot some CD collection updates. In the background, this is weird. I never really listened to this. It is I don't have the artwork for it. My buddy Wayne just sent me the disc. It's a Dorior, like Cutting the Sleeping from 1998, Had Not Found. It's just kind of weird, I think. Are they from England? Not sure. But the vocals are just mental. Absolutely nuts. So, as you know, vinyl isn't my preferred format, but I still get it in from time to time. In some cases, it is the only way to acquire a physical copy of a record. And this is one of those cases. Actually, I think it came out on cassette as well, but I don't really fuck with cassettes. This is a hard to pronounce band. Imagine that. They're from Norway. And it's got two of those AE things in it. Like how I did that. Ærekær. I don't know. I speak a little bit of Norwegian. Jeg snakker ikke norsk så godt. Avensjold. Anyways, formalities out of the way. Tour de Garde put this out 2018? Maybe 19. I think 19. You're tuned in to Nothing But Facts, a very well-informed YouTuber. I love this album. And it's one of these kind of like new age, new school kind of black metal releases that incorporates clean guitar super, super well. And man, I just kind of can't get enough of it. It's just fucking beautiful. You might think of this as kind of like a Panphage de Verre when it's nasty, when it's really, really raw and atmospheric black metal. But there's a lot more diversity to it than Panphage de Verre. Let's be honest, Panphage de Verre pretty much does one thing really fucking well. Not counting the ambient stuff, I don't really fuck with that stuff. So there's a little bit of song dynamic here and there. It's also not like annoyingly full of dynamic in a way that some bands do this a lot, where it kind of bugs the shit out of me, where they have this ebb and this flow of this concentrated energy that's really, really emotional and whatever, and then it goes back to being calm. And then it builds up again, and then just releases and bursts forth. There can be kind of an overall cadence to an album when it's doing something like that to me feels a little contrived and formulaic. So I'm a little picky about bands who try and pull that kind of thing off. And it's done very tastefully on this one. You might have to shell about 30 bucks out for this on LP. But it's really good. It was one of my favorites of last year. And I was kind of waiting for it to see if it would come out on CD, and it didn't. So then I was waiting for it to show up on LP, on Discogs for a good price, and that took a while. But somebody was selling this for $25, and I went for it. Pretty happy about it. No insert necessary. I should probably look in to see what this is about. There is not a single word of English on this thing, but the music's great. My friend and watcher of the channel makes beautiful music under the name of Quercus Alba. This is some very emotive, deeply personal, acoustic kind of music. Some of it is on banjo, mandolin, guitar. It's very delicately arranged. This is his second release, and you can pick this up on his Bandcamp page. I'll put it right here for you to get in there. Buy it digitally or get an LP copy. Also features an Alba cover, interestingly enough. Comes on this really, really heavy, nice, thick LP with some nice artwork on the center labels. Aquamarine vinyl. So if you're familiar at all, I've talked about him on the channel a couple of times. Talked about his music a couple of times. He was a live guitarist player for Panopticon. And we've had many beers and had spent many good memories together. So it's fun to get to kind of catch up with what Jake's been up to with his music. And this is really, really good stuff. A couple years ago, my mother passed away, and some of the last memories I have with her are just driving around the town that I grew up in, which she moved back to about a year before she passed away. And we didn't really agree on any music at all, but I put on Jake's first album while we were driving around, and it was like a sunny Sunday kind of fall afternoon, and it's just one of those memories that makes the music really, really special in perpetuity to me. So Quercus Alba is awesome stuff. Also got some stuff from Bind Rune. Marty sends me cool things, and this is Panphage Storm. Cool band. I think he's done releasing albums. I think that's it for Panphage, sadly, but he leaves behind a great body of work. I think it's just black vinyl, yeah. This originally, I think, was only released on like a limited CD and cassette when it came out in like 2015 or something like that. So Nordvis picked him up and reissued Storm on vinyl. Comes with the digital download, that's what I was talking about there. But great stuff. Panphage is this Swedish kind of Viking-ish, folky kind of solo black metal project. Harkens back to Arcanum really, really strongly, but has quite an identity of its own. I really don't understand what's going on with this artwork. The original artwork to Storm, when it first came out a couple years ago, was much different than it is here. So don't ask me what we're looking at here at all. But Panphage is really, really good stuff. It's the kind of thing where he can kind of do the same thing over and over and over again and it never gets old. It's just killer one-man black metal. I think the thing he does best is programming drums and writing riffs over the drums just super, super well. He does the one-man band thing really, really well. Panphage, check out Storm. Might be my favorite album of his, but he has this demo that I'm waiting to get reissued on CD called, well, we'll get it in post. How about that? Next I got in also from the Bind Rune distro. I believe he still has copies of this. This is Ulvesang with The Hunt. This is our second full length, also on Nordvis. And not unlike the Quercus Alba, this is some beautiful neo-folky acoustic kind of stuff. Really dark and emotional kind of stuff. There's a lot of just beautiful, gorgeous instrumentation going on. I think this is black vinyl. Yeah, also black vinyl. Just a beautiful album. Can't wait to hear what they're doing next. I am gonna 2018. Yeah, this came out 2018. Just gorgeous stuff. They're from Nova Scotia, Canada. I'm not gonna fuck with this anymore. Kind of hard to get in there, but killer artwork. It's just a gorgeous album all around. There's a lot of music in this genre, and with different kind of variations. And this stuff is so Ulvesang. Their music is so ornate and just beautiful. There's so many different instruments going on, and there's different kinds of vocals at times. It's not like a lot of neo-folk where there's a singer singing over a lot of it. It's more of a subdued, kind of laid-back element at times, and it has a more kind of choral sort of presentation to it, like Veldsanger by Ulver, but it's not quite exactly like that album overall. Moving on to some death metal, suggested to me by Explosive Action. Simon, if you're not familiar, he is another YouTuber who does horror movies, which I'm sick of hearing about, and metal. He has been picking up some insane scores lately, so check out his channel. He does basically the same shit that we do, only with movies as well. And he's from Australia. He has a lot, we have like a really similar taste. It's kind of uncanny sometimes. He suggested, this riff is killing me, it's so good. He suggested this Golgothan Remains. I don't know what it is, but I feel like if you're from Australia, you rep Australian bands really fucking hard. So he was talking about picking this up, and I was like, okay, I will pick it up. If you're familiar at all with Suffering Hour, like, you can't really talk about this band without talking about Suffering Hour. It sounds remarkably similar to Suffering Hour, which was impressive as fuck to me. This is just brutal, scathing, dissonant, unrelenting death metal. I've only spun it once, so I'm not super well versed on it. It was great, but not challenging or anything. It all really made sense to me, and it was really satisfying to hear somebody chugging away at those fucking gnarly, dissonant chords. There's a cat scratching at the back of my chair right now. You want a cameo here? Let's see. We haven't seen the cat in a while, have we? Hi, baby. I think this is Spargle. Hi, Spargle. Say hi to the camera. She does not like being near anyone's face. Alright, don't scratch up my records. Look at how cute she is. How you doing? You want to go? Okay, we'll go. Okay. Couple more records. Love them kitties. I don't think I talked about this one, I got it in yet, but everybody's freaking out about this. Atramentus, right? I typoed this on my Instagram when I posted it, and I believe I tagged Phil Tugas, member of this band, in it, embarrassingly enough, and he corrected the spelling of it. So yeah, Atramentus. I think this is going to be on a lot of year-end lists. 20 bucks spin put this out. So there's Phil. It's kind of a ongoing project that's been going on for years and years and years. Now, I'm kind of getting sick of this the prolific body of work that this artist is enjoying this year. You kind of know what this sounds like based on the cover art. It is absolutely abysmal, heavy as all hell, Funeral Doom. The album is called Stygian. I don't know, is it Stygian or Stygian? Comes with a full color insert with a map of something. Isn't it funny how we just buy all these albums and just completely ignore the topics of the lyrics and everything going on? Pretty vinyl. But yeah, wow, what a gorgeous fucking album. I just really haven't had a lot of time to listen to vinyl these past few months, so I haven't bought a lot and I haven't been listening to them much at all. But this was a fine release. Next, my buddy Cal, for my birthday, dropped this off the other day, and fuck, this is good. I don't know why is nobody talking about how good fucking Dawn Raid is? Not to mention how exciting it is to have a band with a fresh outlook on things, anti-fascist black metal. Like, if you can't get behind it, fuck right off, all the way. But apart from being a band that just have really, really intellectual, just topics and lyrics that you can get behind and feel like, yes, fuck yes. When's the last time I fucking felt like this about an album? On top of that, the music is fucking harrowing, gorgeous, relentless, furious, and just impassioned music. It sounds very English to me. I didn't know what to expect with this stuff. I thought maybe it was just people pushing the band because they had a good message, but the music might have been like, eh. So if that's what you're thinking, dude, this is a really, really exciting new young black metal band. So good. The album is called The Unlawful Assembly, and I believe Prosthetic just reissued this. This is their first album. Gonna say it came out originally in like 2016, maybe 15. And Behold Sedition's Plainsong came out last year and was amazing. Yeah, stoked to have this. I appreciate the fuck out of this, Cal. This was such a blazing ripper. Yeah, check out Dawn Raid, man. They're so good. Next, we've got, picked this up in a store up in Dubuque today. I know, like, why don't I already have this? I love Bathory. I respect the ever-loving fuck out of Bathory. Don't get me wrong. One of the most important cornerstone black metal bands of all time, no question. But first of all, you don't see black mark releases in used bins very often, and used bins are where I fucking dwell. So it took me many, many, many years to collect all the Bathory albums on CD. They're kind of pricey. Let's just be real. Here in the States, they are. And I just moved into collecting Bathory on vinyl about a year or two ago. They're just not a band that I listen to very often. In my formative years, they also weren't one of those bands that my friends were listening to really whatsoever. They just kind of had a couple of their albums and were like, yeah, they're good. They're just kind of old. They kind of sound like Emperor in ways or Immortal. And I get it. Like, they just weren't a formative band for me, but I have nothing but utmost respect for what Vaughn did for a lot of the bands that I listen to. This isn't my favorite Bathory album, but it's up there. It's really, really great. So I was visiting a record store today for the first time since fucking January, probably. I discovered a new record store about an hour and a half north of me. I'd never been in it. It was in this sleepy river town, and there's just something about a used CD store in a sleepy little river town that just makes me think I've gotta go digging in them shelves and find something fucking good. I didn't really score much of anything. I appreciate that they had a decent selection of stuff. It was more vinyl than CD, and I can tell that they are like aware of Discogs and selling a lot of their stuff on Discogs, so their stuff was like adequately priced, and there wasn't like any like amazing hidden gems in there. Like I thought maybe there was a chance you could beat. Iowa, being an Iowan, you get to enjoy kind of being like the last bastion of people being aware of what the capabilities are on the internet, especially in the last 20 years. So like a record store that was selling on Discogs was maybe unheard of, or like aware of Discogs was maybe unheard of 10 years ago or so. And you could really find some gems digging around. And like that same thing goes for just thrifting overall in general. I feel like we have real estate stuff, estate sales that just, you know, kind of make their way out into the thrift circuit. You can find some really good things out there. And that's just kind of one of the things I love about living in Iowa. Gonna leave you finally with this beast of a weird album. Korova's A Kiss in the Charnel Fields. Where do we even start with this weird monster of an album? First of all, if the first riff on this album doesn't just blow your goddamn mind, I don't know what the rest of it is going to do for you. The way this album kicks off after the intro is just one of the most caustic and just debasing experiences in metal. I love these fucking guys in this record. I have a long sleeve of this album. I have it on CD, and now I finally have it on LP. I think somebody in Sweden didn't know how much they should be charging for this thing. So after shipping, I think I paid about $40 for this. And if you know anything about shipping stuff from Scandinavia to America, that is a steal. So this is one of my favorite weirdo tech metal kind of albums. So it was originally released on Napalm Records, 1995. These guys were from Austria, and they went on to do a couple more albums. Then they changed their name to Korova Kill and did that album Waterhells, which is also a beast of its own. Guy is still making weird music on his own. I'm not sure, is it Martin? Not sure which one of these members. I think I'm gonna say probably Christopher is the one who's still making music under the name Christ, I believe. But anyways, this is just chock full of super weird, complex, atonal, dissonant riffs, just all over the place. Lots of experimental ideas that no one has even sounded like since this came out. This is such a weird masterpiece of a record. A Kiss in the Charnel Fields. Also, thanks to another fellow YouTuber, Rick from the Dreadful Minutes, he suggested to me this brand of inner sleeve. So I've been going through and re-sleeving some of my older LPs. Like, I pulled this out of the sleeve and so this was the original sleeve back in '95. It's this fucking scratchy ass paper with like dust and shit in there, and I pulled it out and I was just like, I could never put this back in here because it might fuck up this LP big time. So Rick's a fun guy. He's a new YouTuber. You should check him out. I'll put a link down below for you to subscribe to him if you want. So thank you, Rick, for sending me along the link to these sleeves. I've been really digging them. Taking care of my babies. And I'll leave you with that. What have you been listening to? I hope next week goes well. Oh boy. We'll see you next time.